Welcome, basketball fans. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Toronto Raptors at Scotiabank Arena. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Now, you may ask why Scotty Barnes is so competitive. He says it started while I was young. I had two brothers, and we always wanted to be better than each other. We just competed. As a kid, I just wanted to beat other people, no matter what it was. Kevin, whether it was foot races or basketball, he's still getting after it. Back to you.
He has. Not much has changed, has it, D.A.? Thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Up front, it's Finney-Smith at the 4, with Wood at the 5. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. And it's Bullock in at the small forward. And for the Raptors, sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. You know, we are still so early, Clark, in this season. But for young teams, what's important right now? What's in front of them?
Kevin, I think a couple of things. One, to understand the effort and the attention to detail you need to bring to every performance. And then getting comfortable with each other. Getting everybody on the same page. And then defining roles, understanding what lane you have to run in for your team as a player. I think those are critically important early in the season.
Shots good by Siakam.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Doncic feeling it out. Shoots over Van Vliet. And Doncic gets it to go.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Out to the right wing. Wood against Siakam. It's rebounded by Dallas. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
Doncic against Van Vliet. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Trent against Dinwiddie. Trent kicks to Van Vliet. Five to shoot. Siakam, right side. Unloads from 13. He can't hit that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Dorian Finney-Smith at the line for two.
And the first one at the line is good. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, that they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
That one is no good.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Now, here's Trent. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
And you can always count on Van Vliet to make the right play. He doesn't make too many bad decisions when he's got the ball in his hands.
A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Thaddeus Young.
Doncic against Van Vliet. And that one's good. Doncic has got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, you look at Doncic for a forward, this guy handles the ball extremely well. He's terrific at creating for himself off the dribble.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Now, here's Trent. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Down low. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Dinwiddie passes to Finney Smith. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so Anunoby will bring it up for Toronto. A floater. The shot, no good. The Mavericks trailing. Back to Dinwiddie. Some nice passing here by Dallas. No good from Finney Smith. The Raptors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. And again, Toronto no luck.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Dinwiddie kicks to Finney Smith. Passes it to Bullock. Here's Wood. The pass to Finney Smith. Clock at 4. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's Doncic missing. Toronto shooting to start out this game about 43%. Trent passes to Young. Here's Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Bullock kicks to Doncic. Back to Bullock for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
When you play with Luka now, Doncic, he's ready to find you if you're open, so you've got to be ready to receive.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection. Here to look at some of the stats for Van Vliet. He's around 18 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
To stop the drought, going inside.
Yeah, the defense of Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots, too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
Drills it from outside.
3 points.
Raptors trail by 5.
Mavericks back.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Pass to Trent. Pass to Van Fleet. Fires the 3.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, and I think they're doing a nice job.
Bullock passes to Wood, and he gets it to go.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they... got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now, here's Anunoby. He had 15 points last outing. Back to Van Vliet. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Trent against Dinwiddie. Here's Young, and it's slammed in by Young.
No doubt about it on that finish by Young.
And so here is Dallas. 3-point lead. Doncic kicks to Dinwiddie for 3. Bullock. They get the rebound. Ball's knocked loose. Young with the steal. Doncic outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
So both teams making some changes here. Barnes looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
That free throw missing.
During the summer of 2021, the Mavericks had some major changes. Longtime head coach Rick Carlisle left after 13 years in Dallas, and they also got a new GM.
Josh Green's checked in for Luka Doncic. Good on the second free throw. Coaching staff changes aside Clark. The front office moves affect players that much?
I think they do, Kevin. It's hard for them not to. Normally we see a flurry of trades or free agent signings. We saw it with the Mavericks trading away Kristaps Porzingis, changing the composition of their squad, going in a different direction. So that'll take some adjusting too.
Kleba against Barnes. Lets it go from 11, and that's good for 2. Barnes has got 7 points.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Powell kicks to Green. Dishes to Dinwiddie. Now here is Hardaway. Guarded close, and he recovers it. Back to Dinwiddie. On the wing, Green. The three-pointer, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable physical advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 7 to the inside, and he slams it one-handed.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And so it's Dallas with it. The Raptors getting the bucket. Kleba, no good. Here's Patton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. They get it back. And that one's good, Barnes.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Dinwiddie against Van Vliet. Here's Hardaway. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Hardaway has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Tip your hat to Hardaway Jr. there, guys. I mean, even in the face of aggressive defense, he stays focused and delivers.
Barnes can't get it to go, and a wide open look for Porter. And they'll get another chance. Kleba against Barnes. They shoot again. He lays it in. Barnes has got 11 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Out to Hardaway. Back to Dinwiddie. Dallas moving the ball around. It's tipped and stolen by Barnes. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Dallas, down at 10th in the early going, looking to make a move up in the standings.
You know, right now, Dallas, their slow start to this season has brought some of this team's issues to light. And this is a team that I didn't think had any issues to speak of.
Neither did I, but clearly they're not the dominant force we thought they'd be. They've got some kinks to work out for sure.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Making the correct read right there. Otto Porter showing you his basketball IQ.
Dinwiddie against Van Vliet. Green kicks to Hardaway. Dinwiddie outside. No good on the triple. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Porter in the corner. To the paint. 1:29 left in the first quarter of the game. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Chris Boucher's checked in for Barnes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Dallas. And again, no good by Toronto. Mavericks trail by 4. Hardaway dishes to Green. He takes it in. It's blocked. Toronto's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Porter passes to Van Vliet. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
First one falls for him. And so Van Vliet nails both of them. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Now here is Hardaway. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Green. Got a piece of it. Here's McGee. Toronto with them. They're on a 17-4 run. Here's Banton. Dinwiddie covering. Here's Boucher. Misses the three. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 6. Hardaway kicks to Kleba. Off target from three-point range. Van Vliet outside. And that does it for the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, ending the first quarter with a tremendous 17-4 run. And we'll be back with you right after this. Just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
I would like to highlight, too, guys, the excellent passing they've done early on. I mean, they've done a really good job putting the ball into the hands of guys ready to shoot it.
Sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Young is out there with Kem Birch. And it's Banton in at the point guard position. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
And you look at all the things Doncic can do. One in particular, he can control the pace of the game.
And, Greg, I love that about him. His size, his strength, his savvy, his skill set. You really can't speed him up at the offensive end. Everything he does is at his pace and his tempo. He methodically breaks you down.
That free throw good from Doncic. Well, Clark, here's an interesting stat trend of the 2022 season. More shots are taken from three-point range, but fewer makes on average per shot.
Yeah, the volume has gone up, but the makes have not. You know, more teams are launching triples, and more defenses, quite honestly, Kevin, are focused on challenging those shots. Not surprising to see the numbers trending in the direction you mentioned. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Now, here's Anunoby. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Trent against Doncic. Hardaway with a wide-open look from outside off the mark.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Offensive rebound. Good D by Anunoby.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Young, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
The Raptors shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. A different look for Dallas. Powell comes in for JaVale McGee, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Hardaway. That one misses for Young.
And, you know, as good as Young can be in the open court, doesn't quite carry over to his free throw shooting.
Doncic passes to Wood. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Christian Wood has shown himself capable of being a 20 and 10 guy. But now he's looking to show he can be a winner as well.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
It's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
He misses the free throw. And you hear about impacting winning? How does Wood, Greg, take the next step in that regard?
Well, Kevin, we know he can make shots and block shots. I think it's just about consistency and decision-making. And then defensively, I think he's more than capable.
Toronto leading by 6. And here's Trent outside. Powell pulls it in. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. It's stolen. Trent outside. Passes it to Banton. Young looking it over. The pass to Banton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Raptors need to get a shot. Here's Anunoby. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 6. And it's Bullock in the corner. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And looking at Reggie Bullock, where he's had quite the ride as a pro.
Yeah, he certainly has, Greg. I mean, he's been a lot of places during his 8-year career. But the thing I like, no matter where he's been and what uniform he's worn, he knocks down shots and does exactly what's asked of him.
And that one misses.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in, and he's good on the second. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
Yeah, that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So Barnes will go to the free throw line. That one goes on Wood. Toronto shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
That's good from Barnes. And so it's Dallas with him. 8-point game. Here's Doncic. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them.
That free throw good from Doncic.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Trent gets the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Bullock. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Finney Smith can't get it to go.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Trent can't hit.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Wood with the screen for Doncic. Launches a 3, and the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Wood.
Wood's range makes him really dangerous. He's effective as a floor spacer.
Pass to Anunoby. Here's Trent. Bullock with the rebound. Bullock's got 4 rebounds in this game. And here is Doncic. 14 points for him. Kicks it to Bullock. Powell down low. By Birch. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Powell.
Dwight Powell certainly is high energy, and his hops help him a lot inside.
Banton, the pass to Birch. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Trent. It's rebounded by Dallas.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Boy, from the moment he entered the league, Doncic has been an immediate star, capable of big nights just about any time he's on the court.
Here's Banton. Pass to Barnes. Inside. Banton's shot is off.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Out to Doncic. And here's Bullock from the arc. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
And the Raptors call time here. Gomez, who's checked in for Anunoby. And here's a look at some numbers for Fred VanVleet. Here's Birch. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Trent finds Barnes. Off the run, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one goes on Wood. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
I also like the way they've been able to penetrate. The penetration has led to some big buckets as a result.
And he makes the first. And Toronto making a change here. VanVleet's checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Hernan Gomez with the ball. Back to Trent. VanVleet outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Doncic. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. VanVleet's got his second bucket tonight.
And VanVleet has the stroke to shoot from anywhere, even mid-range, when he has to.
Here's Wood. Out to Doncic. For 3, Bullock. Here's Finney-Smith. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
Good work from Finney-Smith down low, putting his size and reach to good use.
Here's Van Vliet. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
He's hard to stop when given any room to operate at all.
And they double up Doncic. Lets it go with a 3. Finney-Smith can't get it to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Here's Doncic. Following the basket by Scotty Barnes. And it's Bullock missing. Now Trent. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Toronto. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
And I think for Toronto, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, they can start to break out of that pack.
Doncic against Van Vliet. Here's Kleba. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
Clark, when the Mavs traded for Rajon Rondo during the 14-15 season, Dwight Powell was included in that package, and he's still with them.
Yeah, you know, Rondo spent just a half season with the Mavs, and really at that point in time was in the second half of his career, while Powell has been there ever since and is a nice foundational piece. I mean, they love his work ethic, and he's a key part of their rotation, and I don't see that changing.
Now, here's Trent. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Dinwiddie. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 17 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night. A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Van Vliet against Doncic. Stolen by Bullock. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Raptors.
Job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill and physical.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 8. Pass to Boucher to stop the run. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
And good that time.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent pass.
Van Vliet against Doncic. And they double up Doncic. And it's Bullock in the corner. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night. Raptors trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Count that one from Van Vliet.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Now, here's Doncic. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. Powell dishes to Doncic. Bullock kicks to Doncic. Kleba with a screen on Van Vliet. Doncic. And there it is for him. Doncic has got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage to the low 30s on that night, guys. And that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Beard, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch, David. Thank you. Now, here's Dinwiddie. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Young against Hardaway. Young passes to Van Vliet. Shot from 12. Second chance shot. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Over in the corner, Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. McGee is screen on Van Vliet. Dinwiddie passes to McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Dinwiddie. 5 points in the game. Outside Hardaway. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist in this one. It's stolen by Green. Up in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, you know, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So we got to keep shooting and hopefully start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You know, for Dallas, they've looked okay early on, but it's going to take a lot of work to get this team to the next tier. Plenty of competition ahead of them and not much room for error.
And in our game with the Raptors, a close, entertaining first half.
If they take care of the boards, they'd be in much better shape. It's a hidden stat that you can come up and bite you. Right now, it's chomp, 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 chomp.
Yeah, I agree. This is from the man who averaged 11 boards a game for his career. Shot, dropping knowledge.
11? You sure that's correct?
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Dallas leading by 4. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Up front, it's Finney-Smith at the 4, with Wood at the 5. And it's Bullock in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Anunoby. No points in the game yet for him. From outside the arc. And it's Bullock missing. The Raptors shooting straight 49% from the field. Siakam outside. The 3 gets it to go from beyond the arc. Siakam's got 5.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Doncic kicks to Bullock. Van Vliet against Doncic.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Pascal Siakam. Just an incredible month of basketball. Putting up about 24 points per, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
And the first one drops.
Now an MVP caliber player, Doncic's drive is evident. I mean, he's somebody that wants to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's well on his way based on what he's done thus far.
Second free throw, no good.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. The lead is 2. Out to the wing. Here's Dinwiddie. They grab their own miss. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Now the pass to Barnes. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
And so here's Toronto after the Mavericks pick up 3. Trent outside. Shot clock at 6. The turnaround Jay. Siakam misses.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
The 3 for Doncic. Toronto grabs the miss. Trent's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. And that one drops for him. Barnes has got 19 points.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Doncic kicks to Dinwiddie. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Misses the layup.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play.
Defensive foul. Christian Wood. 4th personal foul.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Chris Boucher's checked in for Pascal Siakam.
Fred VanVleet at the line for 1.
And it's tied up with that one. And the Mavericks call time here.